But I need to fight these Sharpies again to get my experience.
What are you gonna do without that 30 experience?
30 is a lot, dude. I'm never gonna get that back. The viewers will never live that down.
You'll get it from, like, the first fight in the sewers.
I'll save and then I'll check out the Tanumbas. I just want to have the damage number on the thumbnail. Because then people will fall asleep. That's what I like when people... Even before they watch my videos, they need to fall asleep because then the autoplay keeps playing my videos and I get more revenue. It's super smart. That's why my videos are so boring. I just make everybody fall asleep and then they keep watching.
Well, actually, if you can survive to the bob-ombs, those do even more damage.
Oh, but only when they're lit.
I think it's the same power regardless.
Are you sure?
I mean, they don't attack when they're not lit, actually, so...
They do?
No, they only have one attack.
Oh.
They run into you, and you have to not hit them.
Oh yeah, and then you hammer them, and then they explode. It's such an annoying dodge.
We talked right over that cutscene.
Oh, what cutscene? Sorry. Was there an important cutscene? Like, oh no, town's all ruined.
Too sad. Nice first strike.
Hell yeah.
They've only got 380 damage, or HP. You should be able to take them out eventually.
Yeah, I'll do that. Oh god.
Death!
What?
See, but now it's really easy to run away.
No, we'll get there.
Only 188 more attacks.
Oh!
Well, there we go.
Yeah, that's not even, like, as strong as the bob-ombs. Nice.
That phase, just like, huh? They imagined that scenario. Like,
That's
man, that would be really bad.
It's like, maybe we shouldn't go that way.
Yeah, they were thinking like, ooh, should we check out those Tanumbas? And then they're like, you know what?
They daydream about it.
Later.
Luigi's like, oh, Mario, aren't you wondering what those Tanumbas are doing? Think about it very hard. And then you warp to the Tanumbas. And then when he cuts back, Luigi's being very weird. Also, why are there space invaders on Mario and Luigi's necks?
What?
This is upsetting to me. Luigi's is worse. Like, on Luigi's neck, there's actually a space invader. Do you see it?
No, I see what you're talking about, especially if you count the overall straps as part of it.
Mm-hmm.
This is upsetting me greatly. Now I'll never be able to unsee that.
Secret demons hiding on the back of their heads.
It's like the Nintendo question mark thing all over again.
Oh yeah.
What? What's that?
That the Nintendo sprite in Mother, like, it's a question mark. It's his face.
No way.
It is.
Huh. Okay. All right. Any other secrets you want to share with me?
I'm sure they'll come. I'm sure there are plenty of misreadable sprites in this game. Like a certain shopkeeper we've already touched on. You could smell the Who Beans from the other side of the wall.
Yeah. Why is this wall even here?
Guarding the secret bean treasury. Who knows what other cosmic horrors those are holding in if the plumbing is required to keep the Beanstar safe.
This crunchy GBA castle theme.
I love it.
Yeah,
yes.
This theme is the fucking best.
The remake one is pretty good too.
Indeed.
That's true.
The bagpipes.
Yeah, that is not what I imagined it was.
What? You didn't imagine these trumpets as bagpipes?
Yeah. Somehow.
Yo, Cacletta is actually a pretty good mimic.
Yeah.
Also has some good upper body strength.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude.
Especially if she pulls herself out of this.
That wouldn't work at all. Like, if you're hanging on a rope, there's no possible way to like, pull yourself up. But sure, Jdaster.
The strongest of upper body strength. I do
So these
appreciate...
guys have 10 HP in vanilla? How much do they have here?
More than 10, probably.
120?
80. That makes sense. It's double 40. Just like the original is double 5.
Oh my god, 80 is double 40.
And 58 is the same as 58.
I missed the A?
You finally made Luigi have a stronger jump than Mario.
Yes. Finally.
I do think that it's kind of cool that they're, like... I know these are just a lazy recolor, but it's kind of cool that it makes sense. Like, for the...
What, that they're in the sewers?
Yeah. I mean, like, just because, like, the recolors were, like, how the enemies worked in that game, in Mario Bros.
I think it would have been neat if both the types of fighter flies were in this dungeon.
Yeah.
Like 3 versions, maybe.
Yeah,
Ooh.
what if they changed color after you hit them?
Yeah.
Rip.
Okay, that's good. Was there HP?
55?
Okay. Isn't it 15 in vanilla?
Yeah.
Ah, their best attack.
Is it their best attack?
It's easier to guard.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. I know, for some reason, I really like the animation when they walk up to you, like, huh? And then they run to you. For some reason, it looks very satisfying, that animation.
Satisfying?
Yeah, it's very well animated. Great!
That's a thumbnail.
Yep.
That's fine. I'm just doing this for the thumbnail.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's good.
I need to hack in
I'm
a
a real
wrong
YouTuber.
graphic for that. Just no! Just like...
Sometimes you also gotta ask like really obvious dumb questions to raise your engagement in the comments. So were there green spinies in the original Mario Bros? Like in the arcade?
I mean, no, but feel free to
I'm
get
asking
that.
the comments, JS.
Feel free to get that engagement.
Yeah. Well, no, everybody's asleep, so I don't think I'm getting engagement.
What? There was a giant great particle effect on there.
Okay, yeah, that was cool. I agree. That's when they were
For
like,
something that did damage to you.
great!
It's just really sarcastic.
Great. So does the spiny killer jump raise your attack on the advanced Splash Bros?
What do you mean?
You know, the spiny killer jump effect.
It does double damage to spiny things.
Yes, but does it also work for Splash Bros?
What? I don't... yes!
Am I asking
I don't
weird
understand what
questions?
the question is. Yes, it's the same as the spiny killer jump. Like both.
No, if you have the spiny killer jump, you have that equipped.
Oh, no.
The Splash Bros
doesn't...
do even
no,
more
I don't
damage.
think it stacks with that. Maybe it does, but I don't think so.
I don't think my question was that hard.
It wasn't, really.
Well, then you could have interjected. you and your smarts you inherited from your kid's self.
I thought you were just going... I thought you were making a pun about the name of the enemy. It's like... Yes, it's a spiny killer jump specifically, and it works on no other thing.
Yeah. Wait, let me try again. So so does spiny killer jump work against spinies? Does it?
I don't know.
And I wonder. Tell me in the comments if you're not asleep. Oh, nice. Their dizzy sprite is kind of weird, actually. The eyes. Oh, nice. Like, usually when you're...
10. All those 10s.
Dang.
Queen Bean will have seen better beans.
More like Queen Ben. B-E-E-N.
Yeah, nice! Lenny, you're slacking.
What?
Whoa! Nice.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, we're all making cool puns, Lenny. You're just sitting there, just being like, no. At least I'm the smart one of the group. How about you make a model, Lenny?
All my smarts.
Yeah. Whoa!
Good night!
Jesus.
What was that increase in attack power?
I mean, to
That's
be
a
fair,
boost.
that is scaled like 6 times as high as a normal jump, give or take.
Okay, fine, game. You don't gotta be rude.
Meanwhile, your hammer, 19. That was probably the weak hammer, but I don't know, man. Given that Luigi just out-damaged it especially.
But Luigi does out damage.
Well, we'll never know. You'll probably never use it on another Spiny again.
Although I can only use my killer jumps against those spinies.
20? Is there that little damage variance?
I mean, you tell me.
I thought there was more than a 5% damage variance between the 3, like, hammer types. Maybe there's just weird rounding going on. It should be closer to 10%.
Nice.
Surprised you're able to hold the hammer that long, honestly.
It's not that bad. 27 though.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Nice jump there, pad out the video length.
Yes. It's like when you have the grip, you can just indefinitely
Pad out the video length.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Ah, yes.
That was
That was the intention
Yeah, that was the
when
idea.
they made it. Yeah. In the future, when people make videos of our video game, then they can make longer videos.
They were so forward-thinking back in those days.
Infinity.
Alpha Dream really was ahead of their time.
Force grip force percent. What's it called? Power grip force?
Yeah, power grip.
Power grip.
Well, we'll never know what the third value is if you keep getting the same 2 in Luckies. Maybe there's so little variance that 2 of them have the same value.
And then I'll level up and we'll actually never know.
Okay, so it was the middle value. Now we know.
Yeah, Luigi is actually out damaging Mario.
Dang. What a world we live in.
Well, only for the hammer. Not for the jump. No way. Like, look.
The jump will do -2 damage.
It'll heal the enemy.
Yes.
Yeah, the jump heal, obviously. That's those spikes work. Oh no, Luigi does still do less damage.
No, it's an HP drain effect Luigi has, and it heals 30% of your health.
A small amount.
A small amount.
Yeah, we can't be too specific.
Now, this game is very specific with its 60% poison dodge. Which is like, why?
I wonder if
That's
it's...
definitely an effect I need on my equipment.
I wonder if it's rounding down of 2/3 or if it is literally 60%. 3 out of every 5 times this would poison you, it fails. It seems...
You should have changed it to 100, but I'm guessing you didn't.
No. There is a way to do 100% poison dodge, and that's to never get hit in the first place.
Yes. It's kind of how the game works.
I do love that this puzzle is just kind of naturally set up so you just solve it on the first try.
Really?
Okay, maybe not if you do it that way.
I feel like I always solve this just accidentally.
It's just do it left or right. Like, always hit the leftmost one. If there are multiple options to begin with.
Like, how is this a puzzle?
Hey, just hit him a punch and then see if it works.
There's only like 4 different options. That matter, at least.
Do you get this many mushrooms in the original game?
Yeah, I think by this point you would have, like, a lot.
You
I
get
don't
quite a
remember.
few.
Ah, yes.
Like 50-ish, I think? Like, you legit get a lot of mushrooms early game. How many do you have currently? You've used a handful. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, we've got a few.
Oh yeah, we've got a few. Ooh, fat guy. Hooey.
Whoa!
What?
That's new.
That is new.
Huh.
I forgot
a
about that.
Why?
You gotta farm that experience, man.
Holy
You
shit.
were like, haha, that'll be funny.
Okay, so sometimes you just change the loadout to be like a fuck ton of enemies.
I know there's one with a bunch of troopies where the idea is that you just hit the shell back and forth repeatedly.
Oh, I like it.
I think you put it on mode 2, incidentally. Your bounce bros.
Did I?
I think so.
Is that why it's been doing less damage?
I don't know if you ever fixed it. I saw you put it on mode 2 and then not use the bros. Oh no, you put it back.
I don't think I ever changed it. I think you're just seeing things.
Get all these counters in.
Fun with numbers.
Fun with Mario countering all the attacks, apparently.
You're just putting everybody asleep with these numbers.
Yeah, even I'm getting kind of sleepy.
And what are you, an old man? It's not even 10 yet. Old man Lenny here.
It's only 9. As the game is telling you repeatedly.
Oh, so I'll start doing more damage in 10 minutes?
I mean, probably. You get a badge at some point.
Oh, that's true. Then, well, I don't know by how much badges increase your stats.
I would assume more than 5 power.
So 6.
Yeah, probably thereabouts. It'd be funny if the free badge is like, oh, here's an example of, like, yeah, just equip this badge, and it just does nothing.
Yeah, like the pants.
It's a freebie, what do you expect?
Like, you're implying Mario and Luigi might as well not even be wearing pants and they'd have the same defense.
Actually, the default badge does give exactly 5 power, which is really funny.
Wait, even in this?
No, in the original, I think it gives 8. I think I nerfed it. Buy your own, dang it.
Well, yeah, I mean, Luigi never got his own, so...
Why would I want you to have one really good, powerful badge? Good job. 6 again, dang it. 12 enemies.
10. Every boss. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga.
What if there was-
with every boss.
What if there was a loadout that just had like 10 troopies in a bowling pin, like, formation?
Yeah.
Well, did you?
I know there's a 6. I doubt that the game would allow for 10. If nothing else, there wouldn't be enough space for them. Without them, like, intersecting each other's sprites.
It would be a little,
That's fine.
a little bit cramped.
The remake did that with the glurps.
Yeah, this is true. It's canonical.
Mm-hmm.
Now just keep spinning it for more fights.
Oh! I don't think you can. I think there's only one Spiny in there.
They do like this loadout.
I do like almost kind of endgame stats.
Yeah.
Yeah? I mean, we've basically almost beaten the game. Like, we've almost saved Queen Bean.
Mm-hmm.
There's something.
And those
I don't
modders
know.
back in the day, they just like bigger numbers.
I should just make it smaller numbers. Like, you end the game with, like, 30 in every stat.
Yeah.
Mario
The
Luigi
bonus
Superstar
wheel
Saga, but the
determines,
numbers,
like, where all of the stats come from.
that would be, jeez.
Use a bro move like, oh shit, I did 7 damage.
Oh, dude. Well, that's kind of Paper Mario in a nutshell, Lenny.
Yeah, kind of.
When you do 7 damage in Paper Mario, it's like, dude.
Yeah.
How it just actually doesn't matter. It does nothing. Everything just has, like, infinite defense. Well, it does nothing until you use Thunder Bros, at least.
And then you give him 0 defense and suddenly
Or get a mush badge.
everything dies. Or you get a mush badge.
I think all the first set of equipment from the shops just have, like, stats and no other secondary effects.
How it should be. Did you put in Amiibo support, by the way?
Yeah, if you scan an Amiibo, you get this crazy badge that you wouldn't normally be able to get until you have the Game Boy Horror. Gives you like 28 power and a smattering and every other stat.
And like items,
yeah,
more
extra
items from every battle.
Yeah. Probably like 30% experience and it doesn't tell you about it.
Yeah, no, it doubles your experience.
Now, there is an equivalent to the Speed Star in that game. It's not quite as absurd, but it is still a buff. And I would have probably noticed if I'd ever used it.
Why? Dude, what the hell? Where are these level ups, man? I need 2 more BP. Okay, thank you. Should I get to level... Luigi has 100 HP!
Jeez.
Finally.
How much... Dude.
Nice.
I like how the icon for defense in this game is just like a little box.
I think...
Like a little box you climb into.
I assume it's meant to be a shield, but it
No.
is just a square. It's a square. It's a block for blocking.
But you don't block. Also, what's Mario doing? Realizing he has fingers?
No, he's telling you it's
Has
almost
hands.
10.
Oh my god, he's right. Look at our space invaders. Don't you love how this organ is really in your face?
Where's the
Beanstar.
Nice background.
over there?
My favorite shade
I'll
of...
green screen.
Yeah. Yeah, just replace it with something.
I'll green screen the Beanstar.
Whatever the first thing that comes up for Beanstar is 2 separate words on Google image search.
Let me check what that is.
Or just replace it with the crystal, like with the cobalt star from
Yes.
Partners in Time.
Oh, it is a picture of the Beanstar. That's kind of sad.
I'll take the second picture. Organic star beans. It's
Like the
it's
cafe?
the official art of the Beanstar, though. That's weird. Looks kind of odd. I do prefer the Cobalt Star as like a MacGuffin, though. The Beanstar kind of feels like whatever.
Cobalt Star does have a boss inside of it.
Yes.
I mean,
Well, that-
The Beanstar just kind of gets mad.
yeah, I mean, it is satisfying with the cobalt star, where it's like you're collecting the pieces throughout the adventure. Well, here's just like there's like one part where you collect a piece of the Beanstar, but it's not really a big deal. Where it's just like, oh, you just go to like one is in the theater.
It's a whatever part of the game.
It's not
really.
like a grand adventure to collect all of the pieces.